Good morning, welcome back channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome back to some more salvage hunting, where you join me for a week of highlights of collecting salvage and end-of-life vehicles. Today we are off down towards Exeter. We've got 4 vehicles to collect, and today's Tuesday. I didn't film yesterday because nothing really interesting happened, and we were down in Exeter again yesterday, so yeah, we've got 2 days of Exeter. It's very wet, it's very windy today. It's going to be for the next few days. We've got a storm, Christoph? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, yes, wet and windy. But yeah, we're about 45 minutes away from Exeter now, so we shall crack on and get on down there. Collect first class is a Ford Focus collected from a garage. And hopefully by the time we get there, I'll be able to get my words out a bit better. Here we have car number 1, 2004 Ford Fiesta. No, Focus. Forgot what I was collecting then. 132,330 miles, end of life, meaning it's probably not worth the repairs. Put it for its next MOT. The repairs are probably more than what the car's worth. I've got to put the seat back. Oh, there we go. Open the window. We're going to go up backwards with this one when I find the right gear. Oh, and I stall it. That's interesting. There we go. The handbrake, I'm not sure is going to be very good. Nope, handbrake's not holding very well. Stick it in gear, see if that does it. Yeah, we're not moving. Good enough. Right, let's get some straps on it. We'll lubricate these ratchets later. It's starting to go a bit rusty with all the salt that's on the road. And here we have, in the deepest, darkest Devonshire countryside, our Peugeot 207. Dunsford, actually, to be precise. But we are in the deep countryside. Yeah, 2008 Peugeot. Doesn't look too bad. It's got an engine management light on, and it's got a misfire, so I assume that it's perhaps an expensive repair. I will move my number plate, which I forgot to do before I take it out. It might be being picked up on the mic, but the wind and rain are starting to pick up a little bit now. So yeah, 111,000 miles. Auto. Don't stall, it sounds like it's going to stall. It's just because it's running on 3 cylinders. Right, let's get you up. There we go. Just graunching on the chain a little bit, but with there, because the chain on the winch is quite taut, so it's rubbing on the underside of the car. Let's have the hazards off. Let's have those wipers off. We're in park. I think that's it. We are there. We are good to go. We've got to get strapped down and we'll try and find out where our next one is. Right then, that is said Peugeot loaded. We're now going to wind our way up the mountain, heading to our next one, which is about 45 minutes away. And that is over towards Crediton. Yeah, I do like this road. This is a B3212 down near Dunsford, so Lovely little driving road, excellent in a car. Very good for YouTube videos. Does get a little bit busy though. But yeah, it's very picturesque. We've got a big steep valley to our right hand side. You wouldn't want to go down there. And another big hill up on the other side. But yeah, it's pretty windy and twisty. Lovely road though. Runs alongside the name of the. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the river, but it runs almost parallel with the river for a little while anyway. They do put those stupid cat's eyes though, which does run pretty much right where my offside tyres are, which is very annoying. Or no cat's eyes or eyes at all, or just cat's eyes and lines in the middle of nowhere. Random ones. So yeah, I thought you might want to just a little drive along this road. It's pretty nice. I do love driving in Devon, particularly the more quiet roads, especially when I'm not in an Arctic. Building up a little bit of traffic behind us now, but hey ho. Can't rush these things. Wow. Not unless that ambulance behind us puts his lights on, then we shall have to move out of his way. Very uppy downy. Can you fit through there, Mr. Van? I'll swing it around a bit more for you. There we go. Right then, I shall switch off and I shall see you a little bit when we get a little bit closer, because as nice as this road is, you don't want to sit there and watch it for 45 minutes. Well, yeah, some of you probably do, but I honestly couldn't talk for 45 minutes, so I struggle with 5. So it'll get quite boring. Anyway, let's crack on. Okay, we're not far from our collection now. We've had some pretty dodgy road. We've come down some roads with grass growing up through the middle. But other than that, it's not been too bad. There's a couple of points where you think, oh, maybe I didn't come the right way, but then it works out and you're like, phew. But the views are stunning at least. Yeah, I wouldn't want to come down here in an Arctic. This is Scott Andrews territory, this is. And I can see on the horizon the roof of a vehicle coming towards me. Hopefully he's stopped somewhere. Looks like there's a bit of room up there where he is. There we go. Please no more traffic. My truck was only washed at the weekend. This is going to make it minging. Whoa, whoa. Bumpy, bumpy. maybe I started recording a little prematurely. I think it looks like we're a little distance away from our drop, but we'll go with it. Wow, we're right the way in that village over there. I was thinking maybe the sat-nav brought me in a rubbish way, but to be fair, I don't think there is actually a better way. Certainly wouldn't want to be out here in an Arctic, that's for sure. You wouldn't have got round that junction. No, everything on the road and all the puddles are all red. Typical Devonshire red. Red soil everywhere. I'm gonna drop down into the village now. I hope this isn't too tight. Thank you. Oh joy. Yeah, thank you. If you could go back a little bit, that would be awesome. Yolford. Alrighty. Yeah, that way into the village doesn't look much better. Can't be that small a village. It has a train station. Humpback Bridge. Okay, so our road should be up here somewhere on the right hand side. This is a much better road, I prefer this. I think I'm going to back into here because it doesn't look like there's anywhere to turn round. There we go. Audi's not quite the best placed, but what's that Mercedes doing? Are you parking? Or are you coming out? You're parking by the looks of things. Not the easiest road to reverse up. think I'm going to park it here and take a walk up. The car might drive. It doesn't say anything on the paperwork, so just leave it here for now, and go and find out what the crack is. Right, that is Mr. Yaris loaded. We've got a half an hour drive now back to Exeter-ish area. I couldn't show you the load of that one, unfortunately, because customers are out with it and they wanted to see it being loaded and taken away. But yeah, we've got to go back out the way we come. I thought I'd stick you in the back because it's quite a nice little drive out here. I know you've already seen it from chest mount, but different perspective and all that. And I also keep going to turn back so you can hear me properly, forgetting that I now wear a mic. Over the train bridge. Oh, that's a bit of a bump down there. Oh. There's some potholes around here, I tell ya. Back up the steep hill. Come on, my beauty, kick her down. She's holding the revs nice and high, not changing gear at a stupid point, which fair play to this gearbox is pretty good at. There we go. So just after we come over the lip of the steepest bit, then it changed up, which was ideal. This I can't credit this gearbox enough for gear changes going uphill. The only thing that it is not so good at is jumping down to first gear too early when you're trying to pull away at a roundabout or anything like that. Apart from that, it's pretty good gearbox. Like when you rev it out going up a steep hill and you think, oh, it's going to change gear in a minute and then I'm going to come to a halt. It doesn't. It just holds the revs. God, that is steep. You can hear the speck there touching the road. But I've got to go along this tight bit of short road and then we're back out onto the main road again. No traffic would be ideal along this short section. Oh, potholes. I know there'll probably be some locals jumping in the comments saying, oh, you shouldn't have gone out that way, it's much easier if you'd gone the other way, and which is handy to know if you're local. If you're not local and you don't know the area, then you've got to rely on Google Maps in Google Maps when I checked it, because I put the route into my sat nav and then checked the route on Google Maps. Thank you very much. And by the looks of Google Maps, this was wide enough, which it is. So I have no doubt there's probably slightly better ways into the village. I can't imagine this is the best way. Try not to rush through the puddles, because you never know what's lurking underneath the puddles in these lanes. Could be a 6-inch pothole. Oh yeah, I remember now. The lanes get worse. We'll keep going. They do get worse. Actually, I don't know if I can go right up here, if it'll come out on the same road. We're going to come up to a crossroads, and the road opposite, which the sat nav is telling us to go down, is really tight. Like, grass growing up through the middle of the road, and it looks just like a farm track. But if I turn right, that meets up to the same road, but although that one's tight, I know I can get down there. I don't know about turning right. We might just be cutting a big corner off. Should we go for it? Looks like we'll be alright. It doesn't say unsuitable for large vehicles or anything, so... And it does look a lot more friendlier than that other lane. Oh, there we go. Sat nav just adjusted. So, not quite sure why it's sending me down the tightest lane in the world. See, that's why it's sometimes you've got to interpret the sat nav. Once you learn to interpret it and use your eyes, that's when sat navs are much better tools and you don't get into trouble. Gonna stop. Oh no, he's stopping. So I was going to stop there if there wasn't anywhere for him to stop. Yeah, it's wide enough down here. Come on. Come on through. Definitely a much better route out. I should have come in this way, but from the opposite direction. That was the shortest way in. The sat-nav was prioritising sort of how short it was compared to how tight it was. Come on, come on. It's nice to be back out on a busy road and all that, but it has its pitfalls. Come on, stop dawdling. There we go. Right, this road should lead us towards Exeter, and we'll be picking up our last vehicle to start heading off home. So, what I'll probably do now the fun stuff is over is I'll catch you when I get down there a bit more. So here is a vehicle number 4, little 52 Reg Clio, diesel this one. I do like those black lights, they look nicer than mine. It's got no alloys, and look, it's got the facelift rear lights. I need an older mark light, an older rear light. Yeah, no, not a bad little Clio. I don't know why they're scrapping it, but right, let's get her loaded. Let's have this up in the air, and then extend, wait for the pin to drop in. Nope, not quite yet. I want to flip it out before it gets too close to the front of the car. Right. There we go. I think we have to straighten her up a little bit before we stick it into the spec. 127,000 miles. That's done less miles than mine as well. There we go. Ideal. Window up. Right, let's get it up in the air and strap it down. Lovely. Strap. Strap. Chain. A few of you have actually pointed out that I've not been using the pin on here. The reason for that is the actuator on here has been fixed. It wasn't working, so the alternative when that's not working is to use a pin. So yeah, I need to grease this up. So yeah, I don't need to use a pin now because the actuator is working, which is what this release here is it the one? Yeah, that release there is for, so that's just a release there. Grease, I want some grease. So yeah, a few of you in the comments pointing out that I wasn't using the pin and the car was going to fall off. Don't worry, it won't fall off. Let's just get this nicely greased up. Everything has to be so greased up at this time of year because it just gets covered. Right, I'm going to leave that out because I'm going to grease up all the ratchet straps. Alright.
stupid. You think I want you just because I am a woman. Hey stupid, I don't want you, but you're way too dumb to see. I will get my drink on tonight. I'ma get loose, get wild.
Alright, that's Tuesday done and dusted. I am finished, cars are unloaded. It is 5 o'clock and I am going home. I shall see you tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, and we're in a different truck.